Again, let's get to the review. Make sure you're in good shape. All right. And I want to go down to question number 21. And why am I starting at 21? Because that's where I finished with my other class. All right. With the first Algebra 1 class. And then what I want you to do is flip through and you tell me if you have any problems, and I'll go back and I will review things with you. All right. Hopefully you did a whole bunch of it last night. All right. So here we go. We're going to graph 4x minus 2 and its inverse. Somebody want to tell me how to graph 4x minus 2 quickly? Good.
Graph -2 on the y-axis.
Very nice.
And then go up 4 and to the right 1.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That would be it. That would be the graph. Now what you're going to do is you're going to graph that. There you go. All right, now we're going to graph the inverse. All right, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the red marks, or the 2 points that we created. I want someone to tell me what those points actually are. Go. 0, -2, and 1, 2. Perfect. So now I'm going to change colors and we're going to graph the inverse. So the inverse, the points on the inverse would be what? Go ahead, Walker. -2, 0, and? Exactly. It's really that simple, guys. All right, so now we plot the points -2, 0, and then 2, 1. And now we're going to graph that line going through. And that represents the inverse. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
For this, how did you get the net, not the -2? Oh, right. So for the slope, since it's y over x, that's why you go up 4.
Yes, exactly. Good review. All right, up 4 over 1 is the slope. All right. So she said it perfectly. You're moving on the y-axis 4 and on the x-axis 1. So look at your point right here. If I go up 4, I get what? 2. If I go over 1, I get what? That's how I wish you could do it. All right? That knows that you understand what is meant by rise over run. All right? Okay, does anybody have any questions with graphing the line or its inverse? All right, here we go. Find the inverse of this relation. Who's going to do that for me real quick? Go ahead.
7, -4.
Good.
4, -1, 8, 6. And
Perfect. That's it. Any questions with finding that inverse? All right. So now I want the inverse given the table. Ms. Vitella, go. Look how simple, guys. Anybody have any issues with that? All it is switching. All right. No, she said 17. Thank you, Morris. Thank you, Morris. Who's talking? I have a mouse in the corner somewhere. All right, here we go. Now for question number 24. Finding the inverse of the line. Daniel, what do I do? So it becomes x equals 3y minus 5. Wait a minute. 3y equals, think about it. Do your mental math. Do your mental math right. Take your time. Look at it carefully. 3y equals what? No. I'm not asking that yet. You're moving things around. So what are you moving? The 3y or the 5?
Oh.
So it's what?
So 3y equals 5 plus x.
Good. Or x plus 5.
5.
So now,
And then you divide. So then it becomes y equals regular 1/3 x plus 5/3.
yes, you can do that. You can leave it like that if you want also. Everybody good with that? If you leave it as 1/3 x plus 5/3, I'm totally okay with that. All right, totally okay with that. Now, symbolisms are important. Now, I just distributed the 1/3 to make some of you happy. All right, does that make sense? I don't care how you leave it. You should know both. All right, because sometimes on a multiple choice test, you might have put the first one and it might be the second one. Everybody good with this? All right. So let's try 25. Bless you. Yes, go.
Okay, so you switch x and y, so it will become x equals -4y plus 8.
All right.
Then you have to switch the y to the left and the x to the positive.
Right.
X goes to the right, so it becomes 4y equals, you do 8 minus x, or you can do -x plus 8. Okay.
Right. And then
Then
what?
you divide by 4, so then it becomes y equals -1/4 x. Oh, or you can do it how you do it.
Look right up here, guys. I want everybody to take a look. I'm just showing you now just different forms. Right? Does anybody see?
Yeah.
You could actually write it like that. All right? It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to show you all the different possibilities because you might run into a multiple choice question that would be written in a different form. You have to figure out what it is. All right? Now, that is equivalent to -1/4 x plus what?
2.
Plus 2. All right? And then because we're super smart, we would say -1/4 x plus 2. All right. Any questions or concerns? Yes, sir. Casey. That's the symbol for what? Someone tell him. No. Symbol for the what, Aspen? Inverse. Right? That's just letting the person know that you took the inverse of the original function. All right? Yes, ma'am.
To switch with the inverse, we always need to just switch the y and x to be moved the -4 to the
No. If there's a better way or a different way, guess what? I would tell you. Inverse means switch the x and y. Okay? Always. 100% of the time. All right. Now, graphing the inverse. I tried to just practice for these. All right? So right now, what 2 points are on the graph? Somebody tell me.
-4, 0, -4,
And?
0.
I think 10, 0, correct? All right, so now when you do the inverse, it would be what?
-4, 0,
And 0, 10. All right, so let's make sure you do that. -4, 0, and 0, 10. And then graph the line. Let me see how simple that is, right? Do you have any issues? Okay. Now it says write the equation of that line. All right. What's the y-intercept? What's the y-intercept, guys? -1. Now I need the slope. What's the slope? So I went down 4/3. Is everybody happy with that? So since it's not specific, the easiest way is just to say what? Go ahead. All right, guys. If you know that, you're in pretty good shape. Because why? Because I know the slope and the y-intercept. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you why you use certain points or certain equations. If you know the y-intercept, the y equals mx plus b is the easiest. If you don't, you use point slope. All right, I think that's it. All right, I think that's it. So now, what I want to do is I want everybody to go back to the top just for a quick second. And then I'll let you ask me a question, but I want to tell you what to study. All right, so listen, guys. I normally what I do is I have things in groups. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Like there's 2 questions here, right? So on the test, there's probably going to be what?
2 questions.
Nope. 1. The next section is what? So it's probably
1.
1. The next section has 6 questions, so it's probably going to be 3, and then so on. All right? You understand what I'm trying to tell you, right? All right, so I promise you nothing's going to be different. There's 3 or 4 SAT questions on the test tomorrow, like always. All right, that deal with, obviously, equations of lines. All right, make you think a little bit extra. All right, but outside of that, listen, guys, I'm not kidding when I say I want a string of 100s. I want 100s. Now, you might make a 95 if you make a careless mistake. All right, but we've done this for so long now, it should be really easy for you now. All right, if you don't know something, here's the last chance. All right, now, again, the YouTube, it's already posted. So what I'm doing right now is just taking individual questions. All right, Walker, which one would you like most? What's the problem?
When you said predict, you don't mean like predict. Not like estimate. Not like
It's just saying, what do you think the value of 5 is? I don't know exactly what it is. You can't know what it is. Because it's what? It's just an approximation. All right? Yes, sir. 15 right here, right? All right. So now, let's review this, guys, real quick. Eyes up for a quick second. Now, what I'm trying to tell you right now is, if you forgot, this is the information. All right? That's the information that you need. All right? The stack, edit. All right? Now, the other thing, would you guys like it if I not only put the YouTube up, but would you like me to send you the answers?
yes.
All right, so I'll do that in about 10 minutes. All right, when I'm done answering questions, I'll just add this. All right, so who asked me about 15? All right, now, was it just because you forgot how to do it, or is that good the directions are up now? All right, so let's see what you're doing. Did you do stat, edit, right? And you, remember, you clear the list, you don't delete the list. Now, the only one you're not putting in is 20. Do you agree with that? Because we don't know what 20 is. And then you go, after you enter that in, you go to stat, go over to calc. And then the linear regression that we want is number 4. You with me? Doesn't it say linear regression? So hit enter all the way through. What'd you come up with?
2.525 minus, and then
So you got the right answer.
So, when I put it in as y equals, I got like -170.
How did you get that? If you plug in 20. 20 times 2.5 is 50. 50 minus 21 is 28. If I'm estimating correctly. Double check your work now. So you would do, come on, double check your work. All right, you're smart. Yes, sir.
When I put those numbers in, I got a equals 2.525 and then going on. But b, I got -21.
That's what I got.
Yes.
You understand me? All right, perfect. Does anybody else have any questions with how to use the calculator on that? All right. Now, you have a question?
No.
Okay. Now, somebody else give me a problem they would like me to look at. Yes, which one?
20.
All right, let's take a quick look at 20. Let's see what we're doing here. Well, we did 21, right? So 20 is the same thing, right? You go up 3. That's okay, I'm asking. You go up 3. Then, all right, so you fixing it now, or do you want me to go through with you? Yeah, and then let me know. That's perfect. Yes.
I got to the point, I'm doing number 14. I use the directions, but it doesn't say like how you enter it out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so
All right. Somebody else.
this is just a question in general. When there's a fraction and it's like -2/1, and you graph it, is it -2 down and then you go -2?
No. You just said -2/1. You didn't say -2 over negative.
Okay, so you never.
No, listen to yourself. I'm trying to show you. What you say is important. That you said -2/1. You didn't say -2 over -1. Right? So -1 would mean you're going to the left. Does that make sense? -2/1 means down 2 to the right 1 because 1 is positive. Yes.
I know you did it.
That's all right. Just tell me.
Number 27.
All right, 27. We got one more look at 27 real quick. What's the matter?
No, I just didn't get the whole thing. So I'm not sure.
Well, do you know what the y-intercept is, right?
Yeah.
And do you know what the slope is, right? You good now?
Yes.
I looked at the graph. Where does it cross the y-axis at? Makes sense, right?
Yes.
All right, let's take a look again. I got a question about 16. Now, again, remember, I said yesterday 16 and 17 are going to be kind of like the extra credit because I said it wasn't going to be on the test. But I think it's kind of important for those of you guys who, you understand what I'm saying. Remember standard form. Do you remember it's ax plus by equals c, right? Do I need to show you anything else, or are you good? Put the x and y on the same side. X has to be positive and no fractions. Walker, what? Okay, thank you. 20 and check. Ask me.
No, I did not get that. Please do.
Well, the points on the graph are 0, 3, and 1, 1. Do you agree with that? The graph. You went down 2 and over 1, didn't you? Aren't we? It starts at the y-intercept, kiddo.
Okay, does it on numbers 16 and 17 for standard form, does it matter if the x or y goes first? Does x have to be first? Okay. I got that answer.
Anybody else want me to do a particular problem? All right, so what I'll do now is going to save this, load it up, and then I'm going to send you the worked out answers. All right? So give me 1 second.